Pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. In my last talk at the Wat Ananda last Saturday, I have explained on the topic with what is Akusala, Goswami. Tonight, I will explain on what is Akusala and Goswami. Akusala is a combination of A and Kusala, two words, as mean opposite of and contradiction to. Kusala means meritorious, wholesome, or moral. Therefore, as Prat Kusala, so become like opposite of, as in opposite and wholesome, so unwholesome. In second commentary say na kusala, akusala. Here the na and a is more same meaning. So we make the word become two akusala. So na kusala, akusalati. Na kusala, akusala. Unwholesome. So akusala can be translated as unwholesome, immoral, and demerit. So it is caused by a negative action, a negative word, or a negative intention, which possibly generate a painful consequence, whether in the present life or in the future lives. For the one who committed it, all negative actions are akusala, unwholesome. Akusala has a characteristic of inviting blindness and bringing painful results in the future. So that amazingly commentary say Savaja Dukha Vibhaga Lakana. Savaja means brainworthy or with pose. Dukha Vibhaga means a painful result. So Akusala nature is with thought and is a brainworthy. Is bring a result or danger to any one of the whether religions, not just Buddhists alone, or race. Just like eating a dash of poison food. Whoever does akusala and wholesome is harmed. Sudden chemicals, even in small amount, are bad for the health if taken. The poison as a little by little is taken is a sufficient quality. They cause our death. It is the same with akusala and wholesome. Even small acts of akusala can accumulate to cause great harm, and very bad Akusala can give immediate undesirable effect. Some commit very heavy Akusala, especially against the virtuous and noble person. He can experience immediate bad results. I would like to give you the example of Chinchamana Vika. As the Buddha continued to teach the Dhamma, more and more people came flocking to him, and the ascetic of other faiths found their followers to be dwindling. So they made a plan that would like harm. The reputation of the Buddha. They call very beautiful a woman. It is Chinchamana Vika. A devotee pupil of there. To then insert to her, if you have our instruction in your heart, please help us and put Samana Kodama to shame. She agreed. At the same evening, she took some flour and went to the direction of the Jetavana monastery. Many people saw her, and asked her where she was going. She replied, "What is the use of you know where I am going?" She didn't answer clearly. Next morning, she went back from this Jetavana monastery, come out from the Jetavana monastery, the nearby ascetic monastery, spend the whole day, or come back early in the morning to take its appear as she has spent the night at the Jetavana monastery. So many people saw her she came out from the monastery. So asked to her, so why she's applying to the people? I spent the night with the Samana Gautama at the Papyun chamber of the Jetavana monastery. That's whole night. She always say like this. So after 3 or 4 months has passed, as she wrapped up her stomach with some clothes to make her look pregnant. Many people confused. She also beat up her lamb and feet to make the son, pretended to be feeling tired and worn out. That's why she assumed a frontal picture of a woman in an advanced stage of pregnancy. Then in the evening, she went to the Jetavana monastery to confront the Buddha. So the Buddha was expounded the Dhamma to congregations of the bhikkhus and laymen. Seeing him teaching on the platform, she accused the Buddha. "Oh, you big samana, you only reach to others. I am now frequented by you. Yet you do not do nothing for my confinement. You only know how to enjoy yourself." She talked to the Buddha in front of many people. The Buddha stopped his teaching and said to her, "Sister, Only you and I know whether you are speaking the truth or not true. The Saint Mana replied, yes, you are right. How can others know what only you and I know? So at the time, the King Deva have to our Buddha. So he came down. He went at the Jedavana monastery. So he seemed full of his Deva in the room of yam rats. So they changed the mouse for mouth, become post mouth. So that poor rats crawl under the clothes or Chintamana by of the strength that fastened the Wuchin plank round her stomach. So at the ritual rope, the Wuchin dropped down, cutting off the heart and for the feet. Become very painful. Also, many people scold them, oh, you are weak and woman, a liar and a cheat. So they say, go out. How dare you accuse our noble teachers? So she had to call some distant the art breaking open, and she was swallowed up. In this way, she experienced an immediate result for her give action and have to suffer in the head until now. So the next day, when the bhikkhus were talking about Chanchamana Vika, what happens? So the Buddha came to them and said, what are you talking about now? In present. So they talk about yesterday that happened, the Chanchamana case. So the Buddha said to the bhikkhus, bhikkhus, one who is not afraid to tell lie and who does not care what happened in the future existence will not hesitate to do any evil. Then the Buddha asked the Dhammapadavas, Idan Dhamma Aditasa, Musawa Desa Chanduno, Vitakabare Kata Nati Baba Akariyam. Wait a minute. For one who transgresses the truth is given to liar, and who is unconcerned with the life hereafter. There is no evil that he dare not do. So when we assume the person is a noble person, so the karma it become very heavy and sent to the head. So Chanchamana, you see, after come out from the room, the arms open and swallow to her, to the Aweji. And they now stay very suffering. So I will relate to another example of experiencing immediate back result. Karma. This is the story of Soria, the son of a rich man of Soria city. One occasion, Soria, accompanied by the prince and some attendant, was going out in luxurious carriage for the bath. So at that moment, at the times, the Venerable Mahakechana was adjusting his robes outside the city. He was going into the city for food. The youth Soria sent to Venerable Mahakasapa. The Venerable cassava is the golden compression. So, like very handsome. So at that time he think, how I wish that Venerable were my wife. This is the Venerable become my wife. It is cool. He's thinking, become very beautiful, very handsome. As that the compression of my wife were like that of his. Other wish arose in him, his sex changing. He became a woman immediately. He very ashamed. He got down from the carriage and ran away. And they to the Akusala country. So his accompany missing him, look upon him, but could not find him. So the the woman, that is changing the woman, she finds one of rich husband. One day, a rich man, some from the she meet the one of rich man. The man also find to have a very beautiful and married. So she got the 2 sons. So one day, a rich man, some from the city of Soria, came to the Sakachira. He is the woman before the old prince. When she saw this man, she remembered, this is my old prince. So she invited him to her house for dinner. But the old friends, hey, I don't know this woman. Never met before, today. That's how she said, oh, you are my friend, my old friends. How you know me? I never met before. If you can say the princess at the time, anything. So she talked to him, so, wow, this the mentor remember. So what happened to you? So the lady Soria reversed her identity and related all that had happened before about the wrongful thoughts with regardless the Thera Venerable Mahakachayana. So about the changing of self and her marriage to the young rich man of this city, Sakachila. So the men from the city of the Soria, the old prince, then advised the lady Soria to ask pardon of the Venerable. So she prepared and invited this Mahakachayana, came to her house for the breakfast or the lunch. So after that, the man mentioned about her case. So the Venerable understand it. After that, the lady Soria apologized to this Venerable. And if I'm done wrong, my bodily barber mender as a past, please forgive me. So after she presently apologized the Venerable Kassava. So the time Venerable Kichayana. So Venerable said to her, perhaps I forgive you. So after few minutes, she changed him back to them. Amen. Again. She very ashamed. He very ashamed. That's why feeling very weird and repulsive of all these things what happened before. She decided to leave the household life. She enjoying the order under the Venerable Maha Kichayana. He ordained. So after he ordained, many bandits asked to her, "Hey, Akusala, my friends, who do you love more? To choose him, and you have as a man, or the other two you have as a wife." Because of before he changing the sex to the woman, at the time he also have the two sons. The time by the men. After she became woman, also got another two sons. So many people asked to her, to him, which one you like? Before the two sons, or after you born by yourself, the two, which one you like? So at the time, she will answer that his love for those born of the womb was greater. Because still the mother womb, 8 months or 9 months, so this one I love more than before. So many months meet to him, so ask again and again, so she become very shameful, very ashamed. So after that, he stayed by himself and with practicing diligently. So after he began Sotapanna. So after that, practicing diligently, he became Arahant, Prussian. So one day when he bhikkhu asked again, he said, "I no attachment at all, or nothing. The 5 aggregate only." So this is like the Arahant wall. So many bandits very confused. He began to think Arahant, or what he say like this. They don't think the Arahant. So they bring to the Buddha. The Buddha said, "My son is not telling lies." They didn't tell lies. My son is not telling lies. He is speaking the truth. His answer now is different because he has now realized Arahantship, and so has no more affection for anyone in particular. By his word, direct his mind by some have brought about in himself, as being which neither the father nor the mother can bestow in him. So after that, the Buddha talked to the bhikkhus. The one kata. Nathamata pita kriya inye wabi nyataka. Samapani hidan chaitan seya so nandadopari. Wait a minute. Not mata pita kriya. So meaning not a mother, nor a father, nor any other relative can do more for the well-being of one than a rightly directed mind can. So after he began Arahant at that time, he knows this is no father, no mother. This is 5 aggregates. No son, no relatives. This is only 5 aggregates. So that time he no attachment at all, both to both sons. So we can see in the story that both Chenchama Wika and Saurya kings has to suffer immediately due to their heavy Akusala towards the noblest ones. Therefore, we should avoid such heavy Akusala at all cost. However, not only the heavy bad deeds we need to avoid. Even the small bad deeds should also be avoided. Otherwise, they may accumulate and cause great harm to us. The Buddha explained this one verse in Dhammapada. Mawa minyita babasa na manta akamaisati. Uda bhindu nibadena uda kumbod bi purati. Halo purati babasa tokan bi asina. Why the meaning? One should not think lightly of doing evil. Imagine it. A leader will not affect me. There's a leader. Just the Buddha gives the example. Just as a water container, they put outside, open place, full of spine, falling drop or raining. Then raining, drop by drop. So also, after that become poor. So also the fool, the Akusala fill-ups with evil. The fool is a fill-ups with evil by accumulating is a leader by a leader. We do a leader and become bigger and bigger. Like the ants, like the white ants, they make a little bit become very big. So this story is from the Dhammapada. Careless bhikkhus. A bhikkhu who very careless in the earth of the furniture belonging to the monastery. When he used outside, not in the kuti, under the tree or somewhere. So when he traveling, he didn't keep it for there. So, but by rain, water, after that dry, after that ants, white ants bite, to become spoiled. Many bhikkhus saw him. After using any piece of the furniture, such as a cot, a bench, or a stool belonging to the monastery, would leave it outside in the compound. So many bhikkhus saw him. They thought, Akusala or Bandi, don't do like this. This is no good for you. What he replied, I do not have the intention to destroy those things. After all, very little damage has been done, and so on, and so forth. He continued to behave in the same way. So when the Buddha came to know about this case, he sent for the bhikkhus and said to him, Bhikkhus, you should not behave in this way. You should not think lightly or in evil, however small it may be, because it will become big if you do it habitually. So after that, the Buddha gave this katha verse. Mawa minyita papasa na manda akamai sati. Uda bhindu nibhadena uda kumbhabi purati. Bharo purati babada thokan bi asina. One should not think lightly of doing evil. Imagine a little will not affect me. Just as light water container is filled up by falling drops of rain. So also the food is filled up with evil by accumulating it little by little. On the other hand, if we accumulate wholesome deed, even thoughts little by little, it will bring great merit. The Buddha explained this in verse of the Dhammapada. Uda bhindu nibhadena uda kumbhabi purati. Maro minyi na punyasa na mandan akamaisati. Uda bindu nipatina uda kumbobi purati. Tiro purati punyasa tokan bi atina. One should not think lightly or doing good deed. Imagine a little will not affect me. Oh, I do a little bit. Kusala. The kusala is not affect me. Affecting me. So just as the water full up the vine, drop of the rain, so also the wise one is filled up with merit by accumulating it little by little. In the same way, nowadays many came to practice in meditation, a little by a little. But this a little by a little is to use to become greater. So you don't wait in when they join in the retreat. So the retreat, it doesn't matter. If you had time the 5 minutes, try give the mind to the object or the anapana, mindfulness. If you had 10 minutes, you try 10 minutes. If you have the half an hour, 1 hour, try. In your office, also you can do. When you go into the retreat, this concentration will help to you become quickly effective. Me as a young 11 years old, I already practice in Buddha Nusati meditation. Every night, use the mala 9 rounds. Every night practicing. Later on, I'm not yet practicing, never sleeping. So when I ordained and come to Pa-Auk practice in meditation, at that time, I practice half. The concentration can become very quickly. So that's why a little by a little, but keep the very great. So another story. Vilala Padaka. And then we have many stories written this one. So this is therefore, no matter big or small, much or little, we should avoid all Akusala and do Kusala such much as possible. So this is according to the admonition by all the Buddha. Get up, one kada. Sabababasa akarana, kusala subha sambada. Sajendra priyodhabana it Buddhana sasana. Vitamin. Sabababasa akarana. Not to do evil. Kusala subha sambada. To cultivate merit or kusala. Such is a priyodhavana, to purify one's mind. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas, not only our Buddhas. All the Buddha past Padimokkha day talk to the monks this kara. Sabababasa akarana, not to do evil, to do good deed, to purify your own minds. Only 3 words, very important. So the Buddha in the Anguttara Nikaya, that it is possible to abandon the unwholesome to develop the wholesome. This will lead to welfare and happiness instead of harm and suffering. Bhikkhus abandon the unwholesome. It is possible to abandon the unwholesome. If it were not possible to abandon the unwholesome, I would not say bhikkhus abandon the unwholesome. But because of it is possible to abandon the unwholesome, I say bhikkhu abandon the unwholesome. If this abandon of the of the unwholesome leads to harm and suffering. I would not tell you to abandon it, but because the abandoning of the unwholesome leads to welfare and happiness. I say, bhikkhus, abandon the unwholesome. In the same way, Buddha continued to talk to the monks. Bhikkhus develop the wholesome. It is possible to develop the wholesome. If we are not possible to develop the unwholesome, I will not say bhikkhu develop the wholesome. But because it is possible to develop the wholesome, I say bhikkhus develop the wholesome. Is this developing of the wholesome lead to harm and suffering? I will not tell you to develop it. But because the development of the wholesome leads to welfare and happiness, I say bhikkhus develop the wholesome. Also saying, all audience must develop your kusala. By dana, by sila, by bhavana. Practicing meditation, practicing vipassana meditation. So what are the unwholesome actions that we need to abandon? There are the 10 folds unwholesome cause of action. 3 group of 10. Wrong bodily action, wrong verbal action, and wrong mental action. This is also called unwholesome. Wrong bodily action are banadi pata, killing living beings. This is also akusala. Adena dana, taking what is not keeping other property. Kamesu mechachara, engaging in a sensual misconduct. The 3 are wrong bodily action made by akusala. Musawada, pitsunawasa. Musawada means lying. Pitsunawacha means divisive speech, slandering, separating people against each other. Prusawaja, rough speech, just like the teeth of a saw are very rough and sharp. So it is with some unsuitable speech. They can be like the teeth of saw, very rough, very hurting to others. Sampapalapa, useless speech, and the talks. This is what should be very easy for you to understand here. This is a wrong verbal action. Also, this called the unwholesome action. Abhijja, completeness, intense greed, so strong desire to take the property of other as his own. When someone sees the property of other, he has this strong desire to take the property from others without paying anything. This is called abhijja. Appear inside the mind. The abhijja appear inside our mind become stronger and stronger. So become the body, wrong body action. Going to take slowly. So become slowly by little and become very great akusala. Parasambhati abhimukhan jayaditi abhijja. Pra means other or outside. Sampati means torture, happiness. Abhimukha, toward. Jayadi, intent, thinking. Lobha means greed or attachment. So the definition of the avijja here means taking strongly towards the property of others and having strong attachment towards the property of others. Here in the world, property is referred to not just a material wealth, but can also mean other forms of the attainment like fame, success, happiness, etc. Vyabhada, evil, wishing to harm the other, hatred in the mind. What is a vyabhada? Someone with vyabhada has such intention of evil arising in his mind. He likes to kill living beings. He likes to harm and torture other living beings. He likes to cause suffering to others. He thinks in his mind, this person I do not like. It is better that he dies. This kind of thought is vyabhada, evil. Let me give you an example because a person's enemy cause suffering is in his mind. So around the strong desire, chanda, in his mind for bad things to befall on his enemies. This is creating Akusala karma, appear inside the mind. So another example concerns the business world. Two companies are competing for business. Each one went to destroy the other business. The mind is always thinking and wishing for the other competitor downfall. This is also vyabhada, evil. Evil is also one of the 5 hindrances, nivarana, for our meditation practice. So all the wrong view in the mind are called miccha-ditthi, also can appear in our mind. Miccha means wrong, ditthi means view, so wrong view. So someone with a wrong view always think like this, only my view is the true. Any other view or opinions are wrong and useless. The person with a wrong view sticks to his view strongly and he regards all other points. So therefore, the absence of grasping the truth as it really is and having wrong understanding of the truth. This is wrong view, miccha-ditthi. 5 heavy Akusala karma. You know about the Akusala action. There are 5 types of Akusala. Pancha Nandriya karma. That will prevent one who has committed any of them from realizing Nibbana in this present life. Each one you make in this life, you cannot attain any path of fruition. What's up? 5. P2 Kataka, matricide, killing one's own mother. Matu Kataka. P2 Kataka, matricide, killing one's own father. Arahantya Kataka, killing an arahant. Lohitopadaka, casting blood on Buddha's body. Sangha Vedaka, to create a stickism or complex luster within the Sangha, separate out the Sangha. How to make? If the person made two groups in same monastery, top something, bad things, both sides. After that, this Sangha cannot make Parimokha, the Pumo or New Monday, same Sima. But they are same monastery. One group making morning, one group making evening. They cannot be together, company, broken. So this is the person making Sangha based Vedaka. Very great Akusala. Also going to the hair. Like the Devadatta. And they now stay in the Aweti hair. Saint Samana and in the Aweti hair. But Devadatta one day will escape from this Aweti because he know he wrong to the Buddha. One day all the disciples also let him go away, only few. So the time he no understanding I wrong to the Buddha, many things to do or Sangha. He went to apologize to the Buddha. So talk to other. That time he also very sickness, cannot walk. Bring to him near the Jidavana monastery. Before he saw one of the ponds, he went to take shower because he very thirsty. So after that, all the carry the bhikkhu put down to him the crown, pass his leg go down to the open and swallow. To put her directly to the Aweti hair. Aweti, no place. Very suffering. It's that being come to this place, I cannot see the whole, no space, but he can go in. Another one coming also can go in. No space at all. Very, very, very suffering. Cannot easy to escape from this. Stay is Akusala Karma empty hands. These five are deadly signs that will cause one who has committed them to go directly to the head after that. So we need to avoid this five very heavy karma. In order to avoid such a unwholesome karma, we need to understand what caused them to arise. The Buddha explained that the three causes for Akusala karma do arise. Greed, lobha, hatred, dosa, delusion, moha. In Akusala Chaita emerged depending on the three root or evil, greed, hatred, and delusion in certain conditions. When two plants in the tree grow, it is because of the root that supports them and supplying them with nourishment. For instance, as long as the root or attachment remain, or those speech or action remaining with lobha. Always present too in any unwholesome mind or other post universal but mental state. One is a moha. If you do any akusala, these four are always included. Moha, ignorance, delusion, wisdom, not knowing what should be done or what should not be done. Because of if it is the loose up into action as we wish. It is by shamelessness, ahirika, and anotapa, fearlessness, we wish. Thereby we are not ashamed or fearful or misconduct. Any evil mind is also not peaceful due to restlessness, gogocha. So this four, moha, ahirika, anodapa, uddhacca, when you do akusala action, they are always included because of delusion mind, not shameful, or not fearless, restless minds. You are killing, you are stealing, you are signing contact with other one. You might see a fisherman sitting on a bank, looking concentrated, became peaceful. However, the mind is a restless, wondering whether the fish is big or small. For an Akusala Chaitya to appear, one's crucial condition is attention. Right or wrong, Yoniso Manasikara, Ayoniso Manasikara. Wise attention and wise attention. Imagine if someone who were to start scolding you, using abuse words with right intention, Yoniso Manasikara, you might think he is using bad words. I don't accept them, or less anger arise. Whatever he is saying does not affect me. This is like Yoniso Manasikara. In this, you are following the Buddha. Explain. One day a Brahmin approached him with abuse. You are buffalo, you are cow, you are dog. He came to abuse our Buddha. Then the Buddha responded with a smile only. Okay. He used a lot of bad words. Talk to them. Many gata he used also. So after that, the Buddha said to him, I will ask you something, Brahmin. If a visitor come to your house and you offer them gift, something, fruit or something, he doesn't take them. Whose gifts are these things? The Brahmin replied, I will use them because they are my property. To this the Buddha said, you use to abuse words which I don't accept. They are therefore only your property. I'm not upset, not mine. So that's why something comes to abuse. Don't be angry. Look, smiling. Oh, you are going to hell. Right? So, it's not like this. You also abuse back to him. You are very stupid then to him. And one soldier also have this. The Saka in his design bed. The Saka kept to Asura, King Asura, and catching emperor of that at some very hall. When the Taka go into the hall, they all do many walk. Taka only see smiling. The Kindewa. So the disciple Matali, Saka, do you appeal to him? Why you never talk about anything? Oh, my disciple, he is a fear everything, and I come to him here. I no need to talk anything. If I'm talk, I'm more than stupid him. That's why when they come to abuse, okay, this was smiling, but I think your mind not happy. Started angry inside the mind. After the angry, more and more also come out of our belly. After the very strong, going to pray. So after that, you're going to jail. So the it was very strong patient looks smiling to him. Oh, he is a lot of Akusala. So that's why Yoni Somna Sikara Ayonisa is you have a white attention, you have become Kusa. If you have a white attention, you have become Akusala. So you see the Brahmin come to the Buddha abuse. Buddha smiling. I'm not accept your abuse words. This is not my thing. This is your thing. So he after he became monk all day. So after he also became Arahant. After he became Arahant, so his brother come to abuse again. Because Buddha ordained to his brother, elder brother. Bharat Twacha Brahmin. In this, you are following the Buddha's teachings. So you know, become Akusala and Hosa. But with wrong action, Ayonisomanasika, you might think, how dear that the us such abuse was. This I cannot accept. I'm not the patient. With the thoughts, then you might sneak back sharp. Another two important conditions are sanya perception, vedana feeling. Should we consider something or someone to be beautiful, greed or attachment arises. If we consider it's ugly, dislike come into being. So like in dislike result through sanya. If it is strong, attachment or hatred is also strong. You might have noted it for yourself. If you have an enemy, wherever you see him or her, hatred will be. Or it is someone you love. The love arises when you think of that person. This is our attachment. When sanya changes, feeling following suit. As when it's the following story that took place in a remote village. When a visit to tell God, some torments arise in remote village after dark. They had to stay for the night. The village offered them dinner of rice, curry, and noodle soups. As the visitor thought, the soups was especially tasty. They drink a lot of soup. What they could not have finished, they keep in a container, thinking to have it for next morning breakfast. But in the morning, they brought out what they thought was the noodle soup. At the night, there had been no light, no electric, to see clearly. When they saw that it was not noted, but at home, not like noted, so they vomited in this cars. But last night they don't know the Ihaba. It was very nice. Also, some people eating this one. So the night before, they were happily enjoying the soup. But now they couldn't know where to touch it with their hand. This is all because of senior. Last night they don't see, only they talk. Wow, this is very nice. Next morning they saw, they don't like it. This is senior which can disease us and leads us to intensifying our love or hate. In the Mahari Sutta, the Buddha also explained the 5 causes for the Akusala karma to arise: greed, lobha, hatred, dosa, delusion, moha, and unwise attention, and wrongly directed mind. We had already explained the first 4 last week. Give an example when the wrongly directed mind. I will explain with the story of the Nanda from the Dhammapada. Nanda was the herdsman who looked after the cow of the Anathapindikata. He invited Buddha many times to his house for food, breakfast, all that. Buddha always said to him, no time. One day the Buddha accepted his house dana. Every morning accompanying going to the house dana for food. One day, on the last day, after hearing the discourse given by the Buddha, Nanda achieved Sotapanna. Sotapanna diffusion. As the Buddha was leaving that day, Nanda carrying the bowl of the Buddha, following him for some distance, paid respect to the Buddha and turned back to his home. At the instant, a hunter who was old enemy of Nanda shot him down with an arrow. So he died. Many bhikkhu, after following the Buddha, saw Nanda lying dead. They reported the matter to the Buddha, saying, Venerable sir, because of you come here. Nanda, who made a great offering to you and accompanied you, or you are returned as a king. He was turning back to go home because of you. Many bhikkhu talked to Buddha. To them the Buddha replied, Bhikkhus, whether I came here or not, there was no escape from death for him. The karma already arise. As a wati directed mind can do oneself such greater harm than an enemy or thief can. So after that, the Buddha asked this Dhammapada verse, Diso disan yantan kariya viriwa pana virina Mecha banihidan chetan babiyo nandado kari. What the meaning? A thief may harm a thief. An enemy may harm an enemy. But a worthy directed mind can do oneself far greater harm. So a thief or an enemy may only harm you in this present life. However, if you commit unwholesome acts due to wrongly directed mind, it will cause you such greater harm as the bad result can be experienced in many subsequent lives. Understanding the danger in the cause of Akusala, we must strive to abandon all the unwholesome deeds. How do we abandon the Akusala deeds? Do you know? In the Nandiya Sutta, the Buddha taught 11 dhamma that can help us to abandon the unwholesome karma. Number one, Saddha, faith. You are stronger faith, you will do dana, you will keep in precept, or you will practice in meditation. Sila, virtue. Arata Viriya, strong energy, you have to do kusala, bhavana, or dana sila. Mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. Regression the Buddha Nusati. Regression the Dhamma, quality, meditation. Regression of generosity, Chaganosati, generosity. Chaganosati. Yesterday I teach also this one. After Patana course, in Devada Nosati, regression of the deity, but not regression of deity. It's example. All the deity, they got a lot of great wealth, many provided, very rich, because they are people, they were, say, humans, they have Sada, Sutta, Penya, all the wise people, 7 things. That's why they will become very great, they were very great wealth. So I also have this Sada, Sila, Sutta, Chaga, Penya. So, reparation, you are these 7 things. Sada, Sila, Sutta, Chaga, Penya. This is called Devata Nosati. The Buddha explained a noble disciple who possesses these 11 quality, abundant but unwholesome quality, and does not take them up, just as a pot turns upside down, does not receives back the water. The husband pounds out. Just as a fire that has cutting out of control at once burning up a dry wooden does not return to what is happened. So too, a noble disciple who possesses this 11 quality, abundant but unwholesome quality, and those not taken up. Also, the Buddha described the person who would go to hell despite only committing a small degree of bad karma. He is the one who is the undeveloped in body, is undeveloped in the virtuous behavior, is the undeveloped in mind, is the undeveloped wisdom, is limited, has the means character, dwell in sufferance. Also, the Buddha explained with a smile. If we dropped a lump of salt into a small bowl of water, because of the water in the bowl is limited, that lump of salt would make the water salty and drinkable. On the other hand, A person endowed with the following quality would not go to hell for committing the same small degree of bad karma. He is developed in body, practicing meditation. He developed in virtuous behavior. He always keeping the precept. He developed in mind. He developed in the wisdom, unlimited. His kusala. He has a lofty character. Always went to choose the kusala, keeping the mind training without measure. It is like dropping the same lemon of salt into the Ganges river. Because of the Ganges river contains a large volume of water, the lumps of salt would not make it salty in and drinking. Therefore, we must focus on developing our wholesome quality that will help to protect us from the unwholesome. As we travel the seemingly endless journey towards the round samsara, we are always under the grip of Akusala. Lobha, attachment. Itam mama, this is mine. With attachment, we think we own the object or person. We think this is my eyes, my body, my knowledge, my concentration, my car, my permanent, my kuti. Very beautiful. By assuming this way, we grasp the object with love. Oh man, now also consider. Eso hamasami, this is discernment. We are always thinking in terms of I, my, myself, our quality by comparing with the others. Mana. Next one, deity around you. Is all me this is my permanent self. We should first do ourselves as the permanent entity. Attach. My atta or my soul will take on another body within same atta, new body. As thought, we were moving into a new house. This is wrong. As you die, all your faculties here, rising version, finish. As you reborn new, this is only the effects. Because of high cost, make it appear namarupa again. According to the Buddha, these views are not as they really are. Instead, we shall see this Dhamma. This is not mine. This I am not. This is not my permanent entity. Just nama, rupa, body in mind. Mentality, material. We can do so by developing insight, knowledge, or samapanya through vipassana. By learning the Dhamma in Abhidhamma, you will more understand. Only when we can fully develop our wholesome to reach the express of arhamship, where all developments are completely rooted. There will be no more supporting cause for unwholesome to arise. Neither will there be proof for more existence in the samsara. The Buddha showed us the path. So I would like to end by quoting. You the story of the 500 bhikkhus. 500 bhikkhus, after accompanying the Buddha to a village, returned to the Jirawana monastery. In the evenings, they talked about the trip, especially the nature of the land. There is a western level or hilly, clear, stony, etc. On the road is mentioned about the each other. So the Buddha came to them in the midst of their conversation and said to them, Bhikkhus, the path you are talking about is external to you. The bhikkhu should only be concerned with the path of the noble one, Arya. You don't talk other. You might talk the noble disciple how to practice it. Meditation, it is good. Strive to do what should be done for the attainment of the Arya Magga. That leads to the realization of perfect peace, the Nibbana. So after that, the Buddha gave to the bus to them, for the path, the noble eightfold path is the noblest. Of the true, the Four Noble Truths are the noblest. Or the Dhamma, the absence of craving, the Nibbana is the noblest. Or the two-legged being, legged beings. The all-seeing Buddha is the noblest. This is the only path, and there is truly path. This is one other for the purity of vision. Follow this path is welcome to Mara. Mara cannot find you. Khanda Mara. Not a Deva Mara. Following this path, you will make an end of suffering. You see the path, forest in the white beautiful one of you are stony, the road is good. They said you cannot attain Nibbana. You must talk about the noble eightfold path. You can make an end of suffering. Having myself know the path, which can lead to the removal of the tomb of moral defilements. I have shown you the path. The path, the noble eightfold path. That's why Daumehi Kaisa Madaba Akhataro Tathagata. Padipana Pa-Auk Khandi Sajayino Mara Bandana. What the meaning? Daumehi Ma Kaisa Madaba Akhataro Tathagata. You yourself should make the effort. The Tathagata or the Buddha can only show the way how to go to Nibbana. Those who practice the tranquility in insight meditation, vipassana, are free from the bond of Mara. This means free from suffering by attaining Nibbana. So the Buddha has shown us the only path for the realization of Nibbana. And what is the Noble Eightfold Path? Samadhi, a right view, right thought, right action, right speech, right livelihood, right concentration, right mindfulness, right effort. Samadhi, sama sankappa, sama vasa, sama kamana, sama ajiva, sama sati, sama vayama, sama sati, sama samadhi. This is a noble eightfold path. But the Buddha can only show the way. You must make the effort to practice diligently. So you can make, you can stop the unwholesome karma. When you attain arahantship, after the arahant takes pranibhana, after his death, no existence. So you can make it. You cut all the defilement, all the Akusala karma. So in the stop our Dhamma here. So may you diligently walk the Noble Eightfold Paths. May you successfully penetrate the Four Noble Truths. May you swiftly release the bliss of Nibbana, and may you reach the complete cessation of all suffering as soon as possible. May we attain Nibbana very soon. Sadhu, 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 sukhi. So we sharing all our merits to the all deva, all beings, all the past relatives, friends, parents. This life who is already passed away, the grandpapa, grandmama, and the uncle, and the friends. We share our merit to all of you. Please knowing and call sadhus. So repeat after me. Etawadacha amehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe deva sabbe buddha sabbe sattva anumodhantu sabba sampatti siddhiya idam me ñātina hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo idam me ñātina hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo idam me ñātina hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo idam me punyam asavakaya vahan hotu idam me punyam nibbānassa paccaya hotu mama punya bhagam sabba saddhana bhajami te sabbe me samam punya bhagam labantu sadhu 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 sukhi hotu.